Hi Tubies. Today I got snail mail. Look at this digital world. It's so nice to get something physical. You know, to get physical mail, that takes so much more effort. Uh, Even just to find my address. I mean, you had to click on one thing, get the address of the Sacred Grove, and you go put a stamp on it. Come from one of my hometowns, actually. It's where my dad lives. From Fullerton. I got Saoirse, Saoirse, Saoirse. I can't say that name. I'm really sorry to butcher your name because you gave me such a nice letter. I'm sorry. I can't. Saoirse. I can't do any better with that. I'm sorry. Maybe you could tell me. I'm sorry, I was rudely interrupted just as I was starting. Somebody had to come in and tell me their life story, and I listened. That's part of my job, so it didn't take that long for the whole life story. Anyways, I'm starting to talk about this mail I got. I'm gonna read it to you. It says, "Dear Birch," before I know I stop myself sometimes. I had to read this about 3-4 times before I could read it without getting a tear in my eye. It still might happen, but you know, I was lost my shit first time I read this. This is a very sweet thing, and here comes the guy again. Okay, before I digress again and he comes in for the third half of his life story, let me read you the thing that I'm here for. I just wanted to drop you, oh, Dear Birch, I just wanted to drop you this note and tell you thank you for your videos. I wish I had found them sooner, as they have been a tremendous help in keeping me on my chosen path. Your video, Will Weaver, has really struck a chord with me, to the point that I'm listening to it before bed and first thing in the morning, repeating it throughout the day, making the song more powerful for you and for us, for all of us that use it. I think I definitely got to use that song at the next full moon ritual on the 24th of September here. We haven't done that in a couple of moons, so yeah, it adds to its power. Repeating it throughout the day, that's beautiful. Listening to you, you're such a breath of fresh air from all the cookie cutter teachers and writers, spewing regurgitated bilge with their main goal is. Oh, I said that. I got to do that. Cookie cutter teachers and writers spewing regurgitated bilge with their main goal is for them to one day becoming a deity, when all they really are is a bunch of delusional wannabes, full of misinformation and pretense. It got very boring very fast, and most of what I now know and practice is what I have more or less created on my own and backed up by substantiated research to suit my needs. I'm completely solitary with no religious affiliations or dogmas to slow me down. Personal responsibility is my mantra. And I hold that main philosophy very close to my heart and put it into action every day. It's just a side note, your videos were presented to me through a lifelong friend of mine who just happens to know an acquaintance of yours, Eric Clements, who by my understanding was also schooled by Judith et al. At the Eye of the Cat, Long Beach. My friend's mother-in-law's, blah, 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 blah. She says hello to you. If not for her, your teachings and down-to-earth methods, I may have stayed. Your teachings and down-to-earth methods might have stayed unbeknownst to me forever. Sorry if I rambled on. Hey, I'm doing it. But I wanted to thank you for being a shining positive light in the muck of commercial neo-religious practices, and for that I am truly grateful. Hope to see more of your videos soon. Blessings to you and yours. This is the name I can't pronounce. That was touching. Thank you. Thank you very much. I got to show you something, though. Check it. Check it. Eric Clements, you say? Somebody's been asking me about this face behind me. That's an Eric Clements right there. That's a fire elemental. This one's a little bit older. That's an air elemental dragon, and there actually got an air elemental up there. I can't really see if my computer screen's picking that up, but hopefully that works. And let's see what else we have. Oh, hold on. We're in another room with another set of walls, so here's another fire. That's a fire dragon. Whoa, my camera turned right side up when I turned it. Wow. I just can't turn it upside down. It won't do it. Anyways. I don't know if you can see that one. Water. Water. Water dragon. I think the earth dragon fell down into the window display, so we can't see the earth dragon. Huh. I guess the same thing happened with the air dragon. I haven't looked lately. It probably fell down here behind the kids' space. Okay, we'll have to look for the air dragon, but suffice it to say, it's cool as the other dragons and goes well with them. And that's an Eric Clements original. And, of course, he was one of my students, and a friend, dear friend of mine, but has been one of the best pagan artists I've ever known. So I'll try and flash his name on the screen. I'm sure he's still got a website out there, and you might even be able to get the dragons. The dragons are kick-ass. So many pagan artists out there, it's hard to get their stuff out there. And I don't think Eric's ever made it to be a rich and famous pagan artist yet. So definitely would spread his name and get out there. Thank you so much for the letter. I hang this on my wall or something. This is my first snail mail from YouTube. I thought it was prison mail. we get a lot of prison mail. People needing stuff in prison and needing clergy and that kind of stuff. And for some reason it looked like that. But here I wanted to touch on just a little piece of your thing. Personal responsibility is your mantra. Personal responsibility is rule 1 and the only main rule in my system of magic, Circle A system of magic, where you talk about personal responsibility first thing. But I wanted to go into that just a little bit because I was just thinking about that, how it's such an acceptable term, but what the term describes, less acceptable. Unbeknownst to a lot of people, or most people that were never an anarchist, personal responsibility is the prime tenet of anarchy. It is the meaning of the word. True anarchy we've never seen in this world. And I don't want to get on a political trip with you people, but we've never seen true communism either. The idea that everybody shares and everybody gives an equal part, that's never actually happened, though we have had several alleged communist governments. But anarchy, personal responsibility. It was said by the enemies of anarchists that anarchy meant no rules. Anarchy meant self-rule. Anarchy meant that you needed no external rules because you were such a good person within yourself, you didn't need a cop to tell you what to do. So, personal responsibility. That is why the craft and anarchy always seemed to go well for me. My political friends didn't understand that much back when I was writing those other songs that I've been posting, but always seemed to me one and the same. The tenets of witchcraft and the tenets of anarchy went very well for me. And I don't know how many minutes those other segments took up, so I better stop the video and put it together. Thank you so much. Your name, who I can't say that, but you in Fullerton, wrote me the letter. You know you said thank you. Love it, love it, love it. And you can get the address of the Sacred Grove, or I could just say 924 SOQUEL Avenue in Santa Cruz, California, 95062. I may have said that somewhere before. Send your cards, your letters, blank checks, credit cards, $5 bills. Do not send me sigils reduced to ashes. I'm old school, and I know how to deal with that. Besides, you can get arrested for doing that nowadays. Don't send ashes in the mail anymore, kids. Merry meet, merry part, merry meet again.